Christina.
She couldn't be
Listen,
bothered by joining us yesterday.
I what?
Dude, everybody was calling you out yesterday.
Why?
You missed it. You gotta watch the video.
Fuck. Okay, I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Because
Wait, calling me out, why?
you'll see.
Just
God
you
damn
never
it, you
come.
guys.
Just you never come no more.
Oh, okay. I'm too cool for school.
Yeah, you're too cool.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I did join the Stanley crew. So that makes me like 2% douchier.
Yeah, but those suck because they spill.
Not this one, it's a flip top.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah,
like
I
this
can't.
brand that I buy. I forgot what it's called, but the lids you can like turn it and like it doesn't spill at all.
Share it. Share the wealth.
We should all shame Fabi because she's technically not KW anymore.
What
Wait,
is she?
what? Babby.
Good
Why are you
morning.
why are you still here then? No, I'm just kidding.
Damn, Jessica's on a burning streak today, just so you know. Fabi just put
I'm
some
getting
like
called out like
armor
that,
on.
man. Jesus.
So who are
Yeah,
you with?
we went to Rio.
Damn it.
Wow.
Man, am I not allowed on these calls anymore? You could be honest with me.
Bump that, yo. You're here. We're keeping you.
Why real?
Everyone's going to real, Dan.
No, they're not.
Mm,
So that's a
Abby is.
no. I should just log off now.
I mean, Fabi's team went and Fabi followed.
Hey,
No, Real is Real is an interesting program, but I wouldn't say everyone's going there. I know of a lot of people that aren't going there. I know of at least 90% of this call that's not at Real. Now 92% of this call. Well, technically, only 90% of this call is at Keller Williams because
You're
Jim,
at Keller.
Jim's at Epic. So
This is too many percentages too early in the morning.
you gotta know that my brain works on numbers.
wait, is Jim not Keller Williams either?
No.
No?
Wait, what?
Jim's in private coaching with me. That's why Jim's here.
I feel so betrayed.
But Jim used to be KW too.
Okay.
We met Jim. We met Jim at the KW cookout. We liked him, so we kept him. It's because he had a Labrador. That's why.
I froze. Sorry.
That's good. You'll have to watch the recording to hear Christina talking shit to you.
That's all right. I was talking shit about her yesterday. She wasn't even here.
I was gonna say I heard that yesterday was just like a Christina roast, apparently, that I gotta go
That's
watch.
what happens when you don't show up.
Okay.
Fabi, you're welcome here.
Thanks. I was feeling real sad for a second there. I was like,
I
dang.
still love you, Fabi.
I've said this
Oh.
once. I'll say it 100 times. This is a me thing, not a KW thing.
Thanks.
Little prayer for Daisy, by the way. She's in surgery right now.
Okay.
Oh, what's happening?
Yeah. It's TPLO surgery for her knee.
Mm.
It's her second one. She's a veteran at it.
You would have known, Christina. He told us like last week.
OMG, Jessica.
I'm liking Spicy Jess this morning.
I didn't see.
Me
I
too.
knew this was in her the whole time, man. She was just sitting like all silent before, and everyone was just like, "Oh, she's so sweet." And I'm just like, man, there's a hunter inside her. You better watch out. As soon as that catches fire, it's over.
Done so. Well, anyhow, I know that Caitlin has a great win that she's been waiting to share. So,
Okay.
what do you-
My win was I got a call yesterday. So I got this referral from this woman. She said that she found me on social media. She's sending these clients to me from Bakersfield. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds great. About like 30 minutes later, I got another call from Bakersfield, different number though. So I was like, okay. And it was this woman that was saying, hey, I have a referral to send you. They're from Bakersfield. And I was like, oh, wait, is this about Abby and Dalton? And she said, yeah, how do you know their names? And I was like, oh, I got a call from I think one of your colleagues. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but let me look in my caller ID. I'll try and find her name. And she was like, no, I'm Abby's mom. I got your contact from Cody Weitzel, which is an agent out in Havasu who referred me to one of the listings that I have right now. And I was like, what? So I talked to these clients later on. They had two different people that referred me to them just by happenstance, just by chance. Like this one lady was the one of them was the property manager for their house that they're going to be putting on the market, and she was like, "Oh yeah, if you have any agents, just send me their contacts." And she had sent her my contact, and then her mom also sent her my contact. So I just felt like that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Other wins, celebratories. I'm loving to see all the faces this morning. Let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As soon as I say someone locks out. All right. I love seeing faces because it lets me know that you guys are alive, moving around. Cameron's all flash. I'm fucking tired. Don't look at me on camera. I'm good with it, man.
I got a listing yesterday, I'm sending in the paperwork right now, but they agreed to it. So it's nice that things are starting to come back around. This is the second house that I've sold and selling it again.
Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. You've hit the point in your business where you're getting repeat business.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's where things start to exponentially grow. And if you haven't been there before, it's pretty fantastic.
The one that I have under contract right now was my first buyer I ever had, and he's getting PC'd out to Washington. So that house is under contract. And then my neighbor, I sold that house, and then the new neighbor is now moving again. So I'm selling it.
You know what I'm going to ask you, Jason? Do you have a referral agent for them in Washington?
It's a 3-year thing, and he's going to stay on base. They're not gonna move to or live in Washington the rest of the time. Once his thing is over, he's coming back to Arizona. He doesn't
3
want.
years sounds like a great time to get into a VA assumable with a low interest, and then they could flip it into a rental. Just saying.
All right, I'll ask him.
There's no AC on base.
What?
Yeah. So if they want to live on base, no AC.
That's gross.
Like air conditioning?
Yeah.
Here in
California's the same
Tucson?
way.
No, in Washington.
Oh, yeah, that's like same as Alaska.
Well, yeah, that was a no-go for my people.
Gross. Heckin' gross.
You would die if there's no AC in Tucson.
I know. I was like, what kind of
Not with
torture
the
is
AC in
this?
Alaska. Anyhow, Anywhoozle, what's your other wins? Come on now. Let's get some win happy because there's actually more people on today than was yesterday, so I expect more wins. David, don't you have a buyer coming in today?
Yeah, they're gonna be here at 4 o'clock. So.
Are you talking to me?
No. Got two conversations going here. Look in the background. You talking to me?
Love it. All right, I'll let you get back to it.
They're coming in at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I'm gonna take them, wine them and dine them, and then hopefully bring them back by the house and see if they still have an interest. But if they're flying in from Oregon, dropped everything to flying from Oregon, I think that they're pretty interested.
I think so. Let's talk later.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey, you came off mute. What you got?
We finally got Jasmine under contract. They accepted our counter offer, so that was good. Got a new first-time homebuyer couple with incoming baby qualified and starting to shop today. And we're negotiating a Binzer, which that one might be a little bit difficult, but buyer's already prepared to take other steps if they don't, proceed forward. So we'll make it work. And we hit all the hills this morning in the neighborhood on the mountain bikes and got that out of the way.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, I have a personal win.
Let's hear it.
I've gone to CrossFit twice in the last week.
CrossFit.
Heyo, back at it.
So if anyone's ever watched the show Letterkenny, anybody?
That's not a real show, Dan. Sorry to tell you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a real show.
Canadian one?
Yeah, it's a comedian one. I'm going to send Christina a link later today, and she'll understand why when someone says CrossFit, my brain goes somewhere else with it. But
It's a real show. Someone's in CrossFit?
how?
They'll tell you.
Don't talk about CrossFit.
No, it's a what was that like? You know
They have
how I
rope
was
on their
everything. I was
car.
like vegan CrossFit realtor. Dude, you're not getting away
CrossFit.
from me without an
I
earful
like
of something.
The
CrossFit.
former vegan CrossFit realtor.
Yep. I just gotta put me on blast like that. Cool. Okay. Hi, everybody. But
That's
also we got I sent a Binzer yesterday. The buyers approved, no requests. Awesome.
so love that. What else you guys got cooking?
I put my property on my second listing on the market yesterday. It's coming soon.
Still knocked him the fuck.
Open houses this weekend.
There you go. I know you feel awkward now that you're not a KW agent. It's okay.
I know. I feel like
You're
I've been
like,
shunned.
you should be shunned. We're gonna make
I'll be
We-
stoned later.
We
Where'd you
totally
go?
won't shun you.
it's legal in California, right?
What's up?
No one else got that.
No.
She said she'll be stoned later, which is when you got shunned. You
Oh
got
yeah.
through
At
rock.
4 o'clock, around 4:20-ish.
Around
I missed that conversation. Where did you go?
Fabby's team went to Real, R-E-A-L.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's Real. It's the one that puts the L backwards, which is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real cool.
real cool. And who's it, what's it? So, God, I'm seeing some things happen in the market the last couple of days. I'm liking it. I'm seeing some traction. I'm seeing some activity. I'm seeing some things. I got a message yesterday from Kristen Cole. If you guys know who that is, that's the operating partner of My Market Center. She's the owner of a bunch of them in Tucson or in Arizona, not just Tucson. She owns all of Tucson. But she has, connections with some pretty powerful thinkers in the real estate space. One of them happens to be Logan Mohtashami. Anyone know who that is? Raise a hand. Logan Mohtashami is like one of the most
Purchase apps
impactful
are up.
economists
Purchase
in
apps
all of
are up.
the real estate spheres. They call him the chart daddy, which gives him a little swagger. But he talks, so sent over a video to us as a group chat, like a private message that he sent to Kristen for our group. And he's saying that purchase apps are up 17 weeks in a row. What does that mean?
That people are buying.
Buyer confidence is up.
Buyer confidence is going up. Now, we know that purchase apps going up is a factor of something 60 to 90 days from now.
Closings.
Because when buyers think about buying, who do they talk to first? A lender or a realtor?
A lender.
Most times a lender, right? Most buyers that have bought before will go straight to a lender first and say get themselves qualified. Or they're Googling, how much home can I afford? What can I buy? What can I do? Like blah, blah, blah. And then they talk to you. So if we know someone's talking to an agent, they're likely already talked to a lender. So now there's 30 to 60 days out, maybe 90 still, but having 17 weeks of purchase apps going up shows us that we're starting to see some trending in our favor. That coupled with the unemployment rate at 4.6, inflation at 2.1 for core inflation, shows kind of that real estate should be seeing some changes, but old man Powell at the Fed just doesn't quite understand economics, or maybe he just doesn't understand trend lines, and they're holding firm on their policies of not changing things. I don't think they can hold out too much longer, because now that we have the new quarter, we're going to go into a new Fed meeting, which is going to dictate what's going to happen with consumer rates. We may see some change. How many of us has a buyer that's waiting for rates to come down?
Yep.
Most of us, right? We've talked about this 100 different times.
Those aren't buyers, by the way. Those aren't buyers. Those are prospects.
Yeah, shut up, Jim. So, we all have a buyer. Jim likes to call them prospects so he doesn't have to follow up with them. But we have a buyer that wants to buy as soon as rates come down. Yeah, everyone's what they call an unsold prospect. But once they become a buyer and they're under contract, but we have them waiting. Now, what's going to happen when rates go down a little bit?
Buyers are going to be flooding in the market.
Okay. If every one of us, all 14 of us, have one that's waiting, what are the odds that we all have the same buyer on the same property? Yes, now we see a huge volume of inventory, which is great. We might be able to satiate some of that desire, but I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see a massive change in market rate because somebody much smarter than me that wears white headdresses and sits on top of a tall bench knows more than I do when it comes to economic swing. They're not going to allow a flood of buyers to come in the market. But do you think when sellers hear rates are coming down and they get more buyer activity, that sellers are going to be as inclined to do the discounts, the concessions, the credits, the repairs, all of the stuff that they're doing now because they feel helpless?
No.
So what does that mean to a buyer now?
Huge
Live
benefit.
in now.
Mikey?
Huge benefit. I mean, right now's the biggest time to negotiate, and you know, there's still stubborn sellers right now dealing with one right now. So, but with all the incentives that new construction has, unfortunately, that's where a lot of the sellers are going to have to compete in that space. They're going to have to offer up a little bit better deals for it.
Yeah, and even then, just being able to communicate what the value is to a buyer now is important. We all have somebody that's thinking about buying a house. So let's talk to them about the benefits of buy now. How much money, Mikey, if we talk just casual details on the house that just went under contract, between concessions, compensation, credits, discounts, what is the buyer getting?
You're talking about Adam Street? Or
Whichever one you just went under contract.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, so the one
Jasmine.
Yeah, no, the buyers, we were able to work negotiate it to where we kind of split the concessions. But they definitely got discount price compared to what the neighborhood is, unfortunately, just because we was on the market too long.
Yeah, and the seller's like, want to get rid of it.
Yeah, seller's at a point where it's just like I need to move on. I need to move on with my life, and you know, it really kind of put us in a tough
20,
spot. But that's
30,
it.
$40,000?
Yeah, sorry. That's
Around
gonna
40,
sorry.
around 40 grand?
Yep. And just like
$40,000.
Dan and I talked about, we need to get ahead of it, not behind it.
Yeah. So if you got a seller right now in the market, this is a conversation too. We need to incentivize buyers to put in offers today, right now. Because something new is going to pop up. And what happens to new and shiny? It replaces the old dusty dusty.
Yeah.
If your houses are somewhat similar, they're going to go to that one first now. And if you live next to a new build community, you're really struggling with getting some traction there. Because new and shiny. New and shiny. But how can we incentivize growth in our business? Well, if you're working a lot of buyers, this is an opportunity for you to have that conversation. Let's go take advantage of the seller's concern. Now, not that I like to be an opportunistic buyer, but here's an opportunity. There are 7 houses for sale in this neighborhood. The seller's been on the market for 35 days. It doesn't seem like a long time. To an old real estate dog, 35 days is nothing. But to most of you people that have seen real estate flying by in less than a weekend, hell, you were on the market and closed within 35 days. You remember that, Joanne, when it first started? She's like, yeah, I do. It was nice. It was nice. You guys are kind of still like that a little bit there in the California market. I just talked to Jenny yesterday. She got a house $400,000 over list price. Wild. Wild. However, that doesn't happen everywhere. So California, Arizona, we're sister states, but we're not sister markets. Tucson, way different. Small areas in Sierra Vista, way different. But you can have a conversation of how a buyer today can take advantage of that. So if somebody's shopping in the 300,000, 305,000, I got a buyer, 305 qualified. And her lender is like, she needs to be under 300 realistically. I'm going to shop to 310. Why is that? Because I'm pretty damn confident I can get her $10,000 off the sales price and concessions and a Snickers bar, right? I'm going to get her everything I possibly can. Because I'm going to go out there and ask for it. And if the seller doesn't give it to me, what am I going to do?
Walk away.
I'm going to go 3 houses down. Try again.
Don't say that.
That's what I'm going to do. This is what we call a buyer's market, my friends. Remember BATNA, the better alternative to a net agreement or negotiated agreement, whichever way you want to look at it. Better alternative. Either you take what I want or I'm going to go somewhere else. How does that feel when I say, hey, you know what? Here's my offer. We're going to offer $400,000 on your $450,000 house. You know, it's okay if your seller can't take it. We got 3 others to look at that are very similar.
My buyer from Boston this morning, he sent me a text as well. Yeah, if they're not going to do any of it, I'll just walk away from it. There's another option.
There's some agents out there that feel like, I've got gold. You're going to buy it. No, I'm not, Peter. I'm not. So jump back up on your spider bush there and figure out that you're not sitting on gold. You're sitting on a liability. Your seller needs to sell. And you've been on the market now for 37 days. They're probably pulling their hair out. But how can you monetize this? How can you go create more activity, more opportunity for buyers and sellers to come into your pipeline and say, raise their hand, I want to sell a house? Why in the world would any seller sell a house right now when things are the way they are?
They have to.
They have to. Man, that's a strong, powerful thing, right? Have to. Who's had a seller or a buyer this year make a decision that didn't make anything logical? It didn't sound logical at all. They had to do it. Right? Lifestyle over logic, my friends. Moves, kids, divorce, marriage, life, death, all of it creates change, creates a need. So let's uncover the need. Buyers, sellers, if you need to change, right, here's what we're going to do. So let's go put a message out there today, right? Along with your challenge from yesterday is creating more internet content, social media content. Go talk about how is this market good for sellers right now? That'd be a fun conversation. It's very easy to say how it's good for buyers.
I think that's a great post of like you can put in a little bit of fear factor for the sellers and then switch it up into how it's beneficial to them because there's increased activity for buyers.
Yeah.
There's an article I put in the chat, that obviously it's national, numbers and activity, but it can be dwindled down to local. So it might be beneficial. And if you're familiar with like stock market activity and stuff like that, once they start reporting it, typically now we're kind of getting over that hump.
How many of you read articles, magazines, internet, anything about real estate? 2 of you? 3 of you?
Yeah.
Would it surprise you if I told you need to do it more often?
The people that are looking are doing it.
Your buyers and your sellers that are active out there know more about the market than you do. How does that feel?
I don't pay for a lot of subscriptions, but Inman's amazing.
Yeah. I love the silence, guys. You never read Edmund? sometimes biased, sometimes a little left leaning, whatever it is. It's all good, but it's great information and it's centered around what happens most in your business.
I like that it's real estate related without a lot of fluff.
Yeah, there's no politics, really.
There's realer politics, but that's
Sometimes
about
a
it.
little left leaning.
Yeah.
Who uses AI to help them market? Who should?
Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah. So here's 10 lines. More homes in the market equals more competition. You want you want to stand out and sell fast? Give me a call. I'll show you how you can make your listing shine. Thinking of selling in Tucson? Don't wait for the buyer's wave. Be ahead of it. Get top dollar for while prices stay strong. Technically, they are staying strong because no one wants to reduce their price. Inventory might be up, but smart sellers are still winning. Let me show you how to be smart. It's easy, guys. All you got
Sorry,
to
what was the prompt?
The prompt was give me a marketing message of how the market right now is good for sellers. And then from there, it broke down to Phoenix. So it's like, do Tucson's. We are seeing a lot of houses, a lot more homes, and not as many buyers. Being honest, to show them the truth value. And it came up, I was like, okay. I was like, now give me 10 captions I can use. This is a great place to start, like, getting your brain moving, getting the content ideas there. List now before your home becomes just another option. That's huge. Isn't that just what we talked about? Get your home sold now before it just becomes another option. While others panic over rising inventory, you could be cashing out over the right strategy. This is huge. This is an opportunity, guys. I don't care how bad the market is, how good the market is. There's still a message of the moment. And you can put that out there. You can share it. You can talk about it. You can create buzz around it. And without that, what are you going to be? You're going to be just another option. So go be a standout. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. 2 minutes to go, and you guys are super quiet. And I'm wearing a purple shirt, and you're not.
I'm kind of in my head, honestly, with a counter offer that I sent. Now I feel like after our conversation with buyers, I'm gonna lose this offer. I'm nervous about it, if I'm being honest.
I think I even challenged Mikey on that yesterday too. When he had a counter, his seller wants to counter. I'm like, oh, they want to counter the only offer they've gotten. Okay.
The only reason why we kind of leaned into it is the other agent showed her cards.
Hey, he had information I didn't, and that makes all the difference. If the other agent was kind of like our offer, but I mean, they're willing to go up a little bit if they have to. They're going to.
I love it when they do that.
Love that. Love that. But that's why you guys got to strengthen your ability to get that information out, because you can uncover some pretty fantastic knowledge that will help you make that decision. Like on the surface, I said, Mikey, are you really going to be countering the only offer you guys got? He's like, yeah. But I mean, look at that cheeky ass smile he has. He knew something I didn't, which is fine. And I am okay being wrong if you have more information than I am. I used to work for the guy named Ed Moskin. Rest his soul. Was a great leader, kind of an eccentric individual, short little man with a big energy. Like at one time in a sales meeting, he threw a phone book across the room and it whizzed right by my head, and I didn't budge. And that's the moment he decided he liked me, because I wasn't afraid of him. No, I just told him if that book would have hit me, I'd have fucking owned you. But he always used to say it's very easy to make the right decision when you have all the facts.
No, but I mean, it was appreciated that you asked that question because it definitely was a checkup, you know. But like I said, you know, they kind of they they put it in hoping to get it, and they kind of expected that something would come back. So
Yeah, I love that. They're gonna accept it. You're gonna be under contract. You're gonna get it closed. It's just gonna be one of many. Mikey's gonna put $1 million in escrow this week. The rest of you, be like Mikey. Unless you work for real.
Oh, okay, that's the last time you can mention that.
Yeah, you're right, because the call's ending. I'll start again tomorrow, maybe.
Okay, that's fine.
See, we'll see. I made fun of Jim for a while.
Is Jim now with KW?
Welcome to the call.
Oh,
I've
oh,
been a KW in a long time.
oh, okay.
But the one thing is, guys, we work together, we help each other out, we help each other grow. That's what matters. I don't care the rest of it. This, like I said, this is not a KW thing, this is a me thing. But I want you to be more than you can be. So keep up on the challenge I gave you. Doing the post. Again, remember the post challenge, the 10-5-1s? What is the 10-5-1s?
Social media. Yeah.
10 engagements.
Direct messages.
Yeah, 10 engagements. That's likes, comments, and an optional share.
Did you see my sip and swap post?
I haven't yet. So 10 likes and share, like 10 likes and comments with an optional share, 5 direct messages, 1 post, 1 story. Watch your stories get way more attention than you think they do. All right. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns before I kick you out of here? You guys want to hear a funny story? Sammy stole my wallet this morning.
What'd she buy with it?
I don't know yet, but she figured out how to work the lock on the drawer, and she opened it last night and she took my wallet, and like I don't have it with me to show you, but she was literally checking the cards, like pulling them out and looking at them, and then she just walked off with my wallet. So this morning I had to tell my wife, I need you to find my wallet. It's somewhere in the house.
That's a fun game.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to hear a fun story?
For those of you guys who don't know, Sammy is my special needs daughter who doesn't have all the best motor skills, and for her to be able to unlock a locked drawer and steal my wallet is both traumatic for me, but funny as hell, because you should see it on the video, how she just like Gumby's her way around it. It's pretty fantastic.
Hopefully there's no firearms in said lock drawer.
Nope, the firearms are above her reach, and that's intentional because I've seen her development, and she's learned to open and unlock things, but no.
Yes.
Firearms are above her reach.
Good.
Because she can't reach up.
Yeah.
What's your fun story, Christina?
Oh, I was going to mention it earlier. Logan Motoshami sends me text messages of his cats.
You made friends.
It's so weird.
Daisy gets back from surgery. I'll send you guys pictures of her shaped chicken leg.
Oh,
Her whole hip will look like a plucked chicken.
that's cute.
I added a Daisy and Moose Easter egg into our buyers and sellers guides. I'll show you. Look, Jim. So this is shenanigans, guys, if you want to stick around for some shenanigans. But so the buyer's guide.
Easter egg? Are you putting it in the chat? Or are you showing it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Aw.
there's a couple of them within the books. So
That's cute.
oh, they're on my cards too. If you guys didn't know, I put a little Moose Easter egg on my card too. This little.
I'm stealing that now.
I can't really see it, but
I just got my new portfolios made and I didn't do anything fun. I'm boring.
Come on, Jim.
let me share something with you guys. This is shenanigans, but it's also business shenanigans. I was approached by a company that I think might be worth having a conversation around. Who likes to use like customized folders when you're doing your presentations? Okay. Gotta find this. Her name was Cody. There's a company reached out to me that does custom folders. And Carly Russell, Envision 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 Branding said that they will do a custom like team stuff or something like that. Folders, and it doesn't cost anything because they get vendors to pay for the inside. So that might be something to reach out to them for.
Can you share
What-
that?
Our vendors or their vendors?
They find local vendors
Oh, gotcha.
that'll be in the area. I'm trying to find a link or something. A sample folder.
I don't want to put Bob's Plumbing on my listing portfolio if Bob's Plumbing's a joke, though.
I was gonna say, do we get any say in it, or do they just go with whoever they
I'm reaching into. She was supposed to call me back today.
keep us posted?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. And I just sent you guys a chat link in there to check it out. You can kind of see what it is. I just figured for something you're doing as a leave behind, it might be just nice to have. But I looked at that and said, okay, maybe what if we do it our own? What if we grab your own vendors that you like and say, hey, I'm going to build this file. I'm going to build this custom folder. On the inside, it's going to be your guys' little 3x5 or 4x6, whatever size you need, advertisement. It's only going to cost you how many vendors you have, what's the total order amount, divide it by 4, and then each vendor pays for their piece. Now you don't have to pay it all. Looking for leverage, right?
I get like 1,000 of these on Amazon. I just put Avery labels on them. Well,
Yeah. I like it. All right, my friends, have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll see you in the morning. Well, maybe Christina. We'll see. She's off. Go watch the YouTube clip of Jim making fun of you
I don't know where to find it.
on my YouTube channel under the live.